welcome back. And for anybody new out there, welcome to the Lincoln Mill family. Yay! And every family is typically brought together by a parent. So let's all look at our scare dad, Jared, and welcome him for season 2.
Tell you what, this year's a lot less stressful than last year, because last year we had nothing and we had to build something out of nothing. So early on, the biggest challenge was time. After working on the schedule, I'm like, Brian, we need to get in there like April in order to get this done in time for our opening day. And just our start date just kept getting pushed back and pushed back. And I was panicking because I didn't know how we were going to do it. There was a few nights where I just didn't sleep. I didn't see how it was physically possible to pull this off, building something from scratch. Luckily, we had a lot of miracles along the way. We hired Toll Brothers to build our wall panels for us and deliver it to us. We've made some early hires that helped us build the attraction. Carl was great for that. So was Austin, and we wouldn't have been able to do it without those guys. But it was a huge scramble just with the schedule and the time that we had. And by the time we opened up, I mean, I was very happy with what we've accomplished, but I knew it wasn't where I wanted it to be. In terms of the overall set design and the attraction, I knew we could do a lot better, but just time was just the biggest factor, and we could only do so much with the time that we had. After the first season was over, it was a great experience. I felt good about it, but I was a little embarrassed by just the level of quality, because I knew we can do a lot better. I had designs for this to be a lot better, but just time restricted us so much with what we can physically possibly do. But I feel a lot better now. We've been working on the attraction year round, and the weaker areas we've just been making improvements upon, and I feel pretty good now where the attraction is, just from an overall set design standpoint. And with having cameras up all over inside, which is of course primarily for security, but we use those cameras to study the scenes, to see how effective our actors are and how our actors work with the environments that we designed. And we're constantly using those cameras to make improvements on seeing what doesn't work as well, and kind of seeing how our actors work within those spaces. So we're able to move walls around and kind of create new pop scare areas based upon the footage we see from the cameras. We have a pretty good idea on which areas are getting good scares when our guests come through. And it's really all about using the props and lighting to disorient our guests when they come through, really making them feel uncomfortable, uneasy, pulling their attention this way towards a prop, lighting that prop, and then out of nowhere an actor emerges out of the darkness and gets a good pop scare. So yeah, really studying the environment and constantly going back through and iterating, and our virtual computer model really helped with that as well. With me being an architect, everything that I do is in 3D, and I spent countless hours just staring at this model in terms of where the actors are, how the guests are flowing, where are we lighting, where's the animatronic, and really using all these ingredients to disorient our guests and creating the ultimate opportunity for an actor to get the ultimate pop scare.
Season 2.
Season 2.
You ready to rock?
Gonna be better than the first season.
It's gonna be better than the first season.
You know, what's interesting, right? I've built a lot of businesses, right? You know, so what's been fun with Jared is like where he's worried about like $21.33 when we should be worrying about $210,000 and $390, right? So it's been a lot of fun, like try to coax him down a little bit. Like he's getting so nervous over certain things that, getting him to just realize that, focus on what he's good at, right? We're both been staying in our lanes pretty well. Obviously he's nervous. He's more nervous than I am, but I've been, it's a little bit of is a new business owner. Jared's never owned his own business before. That's what he's got me for, but it's a trust thing, right? Like I'm trusting him, like that he's going to build this most epic haunted house ever. And he's trusting me that like, we got the insurances, the business cash flows, like we have money from investors, right? And then, we're just leaning on each other's strengths. And look, I will say, there's been some contention, some battles that we haven't fully agreed on, but everything to date we've worked through. But there's been some stressful moments.
Dude, turn the fog off. Off. Till it's out. I'm Ryan.
Opening night, interesting. So we start the line, everything's going smooth, everyone's going to the building. All of a sudden, the lights flick on, which is part of our switchover. It's part of the code. Like, God forbid, the fire alarm goes off, you need the lights to all turn on. So, system worked perfectly, but the fire alarm was obviously not a real fire. We had an issue where some of the fog from the smoke from the fog machines was going up into the second and third floor. We had them turned on too, and essentially set off the fire alarm. And 3 fire trucks showed up out front on our opening. Look, you do what you can, right? So we called it. We tried to catch everyone that went through, everyone that was in the middle of it. That the lights turned on. We let them back through the line. Fortunately, it wasn't a massive amount of people, but there was definitely some people that were like, "What the fuck?"
It was smoke.
It was just fog. So the sensor. So actually, what happened was we had where the fog machine was playing. We obviously fixed it already. We moved the fog machine, turned it down slightly, and like readjusted the scene where it was located. But the fog was trickling up through one area to the second floor and set off a second floor smoke detector in a closet. So essentially, what we did now, we blocked that off, moved the fog, and turned it down so it won't happen again. But that was just here we go. Let's let everyone in. Did our safety checks, ready to roll, and then all of a sudden we're like, woo, woo! The whole building lights turn on and just the fire alarm's going off, and I'm like, you got shit.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What's up, man? What's up, man?
It's definitely gotten scarier, the whole one, which, for better, for worse. I mean, I thought it was scary enough. We didn't have to make it scarier, but it's more frightening than it was last year. And longer, too. So not only is it scarier, it's going to take people longer to get through, which is too bad for them.
And as one of the owners, are you nervous?
I think I'm more excited because we're here for more nights this year, and then it's going to keep the team together longer, right? Like last year we were only around for 15 nights this week. This season we're around for 19, so it's going to be good.
Tickets have already started flying, and they'll keep going, especially as we get closer to opening night here. We spent a lot of time working on the interior. We've upgraded a lot of the sets. I think we've upgraded about 50% of the attractions since last fall. There's of course been improvements all over the place, a lot of logistic stuff with backstage areas. We reworked the entire midway out here. We had to get our capacity up by our second Saturday. The lines were getting pretty long. Have double the amount of actors out here this year. Last year was a good pre-show, but this year it's going to be a whole new level. Just a matter of time until we're all back here and we see hundreds of people flooding through this gate.